Hello, good morning. Happy Tuesday. Happy 4th of July for us Americans out there. I have a Zilby this morning. Okay. I had a Zilby this morning. Zilby, you want to come back and hang out? No? Okay. So I thought a little bit about the inputs, the form inputs, and I guess like the problem is that when we have any kind of, we want to be able to set what we want to be able to reset what the input is. I can't like pass a function down into a property, so I can't like tell it, okay, now I want you to erase. And I don't think I can detect when like a submit event has happened. So I think the only real solution to that is to have the parent pass down what the value is, which means we need to store the value outside of the property itself, which is a little bit unfortunate. Let's go ahead and maybe make that change, and we'll see what we mean. So in YCL, so in input, we have this value, and I'm currently moving the value in to internal state. So I'm thinking we're going to have to not do that anymore. So if I don't use internal state for this, I don't do any of that. Let's see all the errors that gives us. Okay, so don't need you. Now this is the current value, and we want to set that on input. And so really what I want to do is on input, just emit that out, which I believe I'm doing right here. So props on input emit. So I don't need to do this at all. So then that brings us down to you. So our value is now going to be the props dot value. And technically, I guess that works. Let's head over to LMS. We didn't really change anything about the interface into this. Oh, and let's put my camera back up to where it was before. So I'll move myself back over here. And where is it? There, I think that works. Okay, back to how it was. Okay, so first of all, in our cargo toml, make local again work. And we know we need to do a few different things. We know we need to capture the input into a state and then deal with that. And so we're currently working on this tag spec. So for an author, we can create this tag, and I want this to be empty now. So we'll do this one. Also, well, now that I've made those other changes, all of these things will probably not. No, you should be happy. WebKit still every once in a while, a lot more often has this error. I'm not sure exactly what to do with that. Maybe I don't want to return there. Hold on, let's see if we can fix that really quickly. So what if I just do an await, fulfill, and I can't do an await because you're not async, right? This function is not async. So this becomes an async function. Okay, I'll take that. So let's see, you're happy, you're happy. Okay, all of you are happy. Okay, now nothing I type in is working anymore. So we need to fix that. Okay, so create account is where we will go first because we wrecked that. Which means we need to use state for username and email. So I'll do username value, state. Okay, so if I use both of those, then on input for those. Okay, so let's do a username on input too. Ark, hello. Happy July 4th. Yes. How are you doing today? Did you hear back from the interviewers? I suppose it was 24. It was 48 hours, right? So there's still like another day and a half. Let's see. That value equals. Unfortunately, not. Okay. Well, I mean, usually, I've never actually had anybody respond within the time frame they said they're going to. They're like, "Oh yeah, we'll get back to you in like 48 hours." And like a week later, I contact them and go like, "Okay, what was that?" And they're like, "Oh right, we've been so busy. Yeah, either like you get the job or you don't get the job or whatever. We still need to look, and it's a mess." One time it was like, "Oh right, we were hiring. Yeah, all the paperwork got lost under HR, and we just forgot about it." And it's like, okay, you guys clearly are very organized. They need someone quick. I mean, it's kind of surprising how like HR doesn't necessarily follow that quickness thing that everybody else needs. But yeah, hopefully. Okay, so I want that value. So this is going to be the username value. Oh, and we're going to have an event from this, which this is going to be the new username, which is going to be an attribute value. And I just want to set this to the value. And that's all I really care here. So we come down, and so then on password input, I have password state here. I don't know if you're doing anything, but okay, so we're going to do. Let's see if that breaks anything. We're going to do okay, so we're going to use you. You're not happy, probably because of a move. So there were some fireworks, there were some suspiciously single fireworks, which there's been far too many of those events recently, and so every time I hear one of those, I'm terrified. I don't live anywhere near where anything like that happens, but it's just like I don't like thinking about like that happening in our city, but like we've already had several of those. So far it's good. I think the really big one is going to be tonight. Like every night for the last week, it almost sounds like there's official fireworks happening, like the ones that are like up in the sky with that go on for several minutes. But I'm pretty sure that's not the case. I think just a bunch of people got their hands on cannons and are like literally firing a bunch of fireworks into the air. That's the only thing I can think about. Last year, I was looking out the window and somebody like a block or two away fired one of those like up in the air, high up in the air ones, and it went barely above the roof level and then exploded. And that was interesting to say the least. And I'm very happy we've gotten a lot of rain this year, because otherwise that could cause problems. All right, password input is set to that. username input. Okay, so I want this on input, username on input, and then we have the password on input. That cannot be safe. No, it can't really be safe. There's every single year we get flyers around about a week before today, reminding us to like keep a very close eye on our pets, because the number one day that like pets escape, at least in America, is July 4th. And like escape, run away, and then are never heard from again, because it gets scary. And like already there's a lot of thunder, and Zilby, my cat, he'll run down here to this room and hide in a closet that's right behind me. And he'll just like smash himself into the corner in there behind a bunch of boxes. And that's his hiding place, which kind of sucks, because it's just like, okay, yeah, I know the world is exploding outside. I'm sorry. It's not a giant monster coming to eat you. Okay, so let's rerun this test and see if that works. Did you see the tweet of the Washington State Department of Nature, Forest, or whatnot? They're asking to clap your hands instead of firing fireworks. I would be for that. It's not going to work, but I would be for that. We over here, we love our explosives. Okay, so that didn't work. Let's go ahead and see if we can. Yeah, so if I'm attempting to type in here, nothing is happening. I get nothing. So do I have, nope, that's not right. Nope, that's, come on. There you go. Okay, no console, no warning, no errors. Not as much as our, we all have the things we're known for. And our stereotypes. We used to also be known, at least in places that I was living, for I guess not rioters, but like protesters, like protesting. Usually didn't get to too many rioting. Okay, so when I attempt to type in, so I put it on input. So, okay, so first question. Okay, so I set that goes to this, which then should go back into, oh, value. Now, okay, I need to set the value. Equals to the sweet username value. And you can't be an iString. Oh, you need to be a dereferenced. So dot deref clone. And let's do the same thing here. Yes, absolutely. I lived in California for a bit, and there still is Like there, Oregon, there still is pretty good culture of protesting. You see protesters all the time. It's just not they're not always enough to gather like news, and especially international news. Like when it's less than 1,000 people, when it's like sometimes less than 100 people, then it's like, okay, well, we got protesters. Like for, I think it's probably making the news. The writers protest in Hollywood. So that's been going on for a while now. I don't think we're going to really see the repercussions of that for another half season. And then we're probably going to see it. Okay, so I saved you. You worked. Okay, how about this? Are you happy now? Okay, you are happy. So that works. No Saturday Night Live until it's resolved. The other thing is I haven't really watched Saturday Night Live for a long time. Okay, now you're timing out here. Why are you timing out? So this specifically is it timing out? Is it actually timing out on here? No, okay. So like if 0 is rolled at length, just fulfill empty object. And then return. Do I need to set that? Maybe I need to set that. Let's try this. Fulfill that and then go. Okay, you only watch some sketches on YouTube. I remember when I was growing up, SNL was great. I love that. And then afterwards, like basically when I do want to watch something, it's just on YouTube. I don't think I've watched a live SNL in like a decade or more. Okay, let's try this. Okay, that makes you happy. It is interesting how WebKit was the one who was failing for that one. So I wonder if there's a different, if they implement async await slightly differently than everybody else. Okay, then finally we're at create tag. Now I don't think I'm doing anything about tag name is visible. Ooh, okay, so that didn't work. So this was... Oh, did it not type? Okay, hold on. What happened here? So... Okay, so type the new tag name, which nothing happened. Uh-oh. Oh, right. So I need to fix it here too. I need to do the same thing here. This is a different page. So we need to head to pages tags. And we only have a single thing here. So it's gonna be tag. Ooh. Set that, and then set that, and then we'll use tag on input here. Okay, so I have new tag state is the value. So this is really going to be, so the value is going to be tag on input. Clone that, and then put that as our input. You're not happy. Saturday night means Sunday morning for you. The only American TV you watch live is Fox Sports for the Vikes and Bally Sports North for the Twins. Yeah, I don't even have like cable or anything like that, so I don't even get live TV anymore, and I haven't missed it. Like, I watch everything that I want through any of the services, and they have live sports on too. So like when I want to watch a sport, I usually can watch it through one of them. No method for tag on input. Oh, right. Wait, no. It's tag value. That's why. Okay, so now let's see if you're happy. Okay, now this time I see it. So we type in. Okay, and now we expect on successful submit, we want that input value to become empty. So that becomes here. So new tag on submit. We do this. So I want. Let's do that. So this is going to be our input value, our tag value. We're going to move that in here. Now, after you're done successfully, so probably after you're done successfully, so let's do this again. And then we'll reset you. So tag value. Can I do something like turn you into a default? I don't think I can. Okay, so set. And I want this to be, I guess, attribute value default. Apparently there's a big issue with Bally Sports recently. Well, I mean, that just happens all the time. They're constantly switching contracts and, like, you know, negotiating for better rates and everything else. Hey, okay, so these tests are working. So let's go ahead and run them all again. Make sure that this is doing what we expect it to do. But yeah, like my dad wants to watch the Giants play baseball, and that it's a surprising ordeal if you don't live all the time in or you're just like not physically all the time in California near the Giants. Like if you decide to go visit someplace else, they're going to detect your location. You need to use some kind of VPN to connect in. And then they'll say like, okay, now you're the Giants. I see what you can watch. And it's, I don't know. I don't like their entire like system where they try to force you into like, okay, this is your home team and that's all you're going to watch. But we know what your home team is. Blackouts are so bloody dumb. I remember when they first were doing them, it was all to attempt to get more people into the stadiums. So it was like, okay, we will only show it if, like, we'll black it out if it's a sold out stadium or something like that. Okay, did you do the same thing? Ooh, okay. You did not do the same thing. Oh, maybe you have the maybe you have the same problem here. Okay, so this is intercept GraphQL. I have to await too. I don't think I need that log anymore. Okay, let's await that. See if that helps. So it'll never happen during a day game. I mean, that's what it feels like, but that's what the rules like used to be. I don't know if they're still the same thing anymore. Oh, okay. I thought this was gonna work. Okay, so what happened here? It's timed out by doing it timed out here on an await for this. This is in utils for login. For user info, if there's no length, so if there's no role, then I want to so if there's no role, then I want to fulfill this. Fulfill with nothing and do that. So it got to this point. So there was a role. Which is right. So it's a learner. So there is a role. And it's attempting to fulfill the JSON user info role. I'm awaiting that. And if I run this again on its own, I think it works. No, it doesn't work. Okay. I'm not getting any console logs here. Maybe I do need to put that. Okay, so we're still in course articles. Go to course articles, wait until the network is idle. That timed out. Expected it not to match. And we want the learner to not load the course articles page. But then that works for Firefox and Chrome. So if we look at this here, so we go to slash, we add the cookies to login. We're not logged in. We added the cookies. So we added this fake token, this fake value. Page, go to the destination. Wait until network idle. I wonder. So then I go to courses 1. I'm here, but it's not showing me. It is not showing the login state there. So it never saw that I logged in. Whereas you all show this as being logged in here. That being said, visitors can't go there either. And this worked just fine, right? So I add cookies, but that's... Yeah, so you're not there. You go to courses 1. Wait until the network is idle. If route is 0... Okay, so we'd have no role. Route fulfill. Go into here. So, okay, go to this, wait until network idle, expect page here to not match, course articles. That doesn't work. Okay, so is everything fine? I go to courses 1. No, everything's not fine because... Okay, I add the cookies. Which I can't do because I timed out here. Okay, so what is this? This is in utils. There's no errors. It's working for the other browsers, just not Safari, so that's fun. User info role. Okay, so here's user info. Roles either this learner, author, could you be public? Okay, let's try console log here. Console. Let's throw in I want the role. And so what is this? This is the login role. So if I run you and we take a look at this, login role, learner, passed. But when I do all of them together, all learners failed. And it didn't match. It didn't match because it timed out as route fulfilled. But if I run this on its own, oh, it's still timed out there? Wait a second. If I run it here, it worked that one time. So it's not working more often than it is working. As this route, well, I don't know that it's this route fulfill, but I'm this timed out is not, I don't like it. So route fulfill JSON user info role. I return at the end of this do I want to return at the end of this? Okay, so this is, okay, so page.route, we have handler async route, so this is promise void. If the role.length, okay, so if role has 0 length because it's this none, fulfill with this, otherwise do nothing. If we get here, we have a role, fulfill with this. Should I be doing JSON like that? Okay, so user info role. I'm really curious. What is user info role when? What is this when I'm not? When it's timing out. So user info role. Zilby, we're down here. Hi, come on in. Hi. I mean, that works, so I don't really care. Can you hear his meows when he comes in? It's not super loud. You can? Okay. Nice. All right. Well, now you're working the entire time. That's great. Love that. Cats are hella cute. I agree. Especially Zilby. Okay, this timed out. Let's see if we can figure out what this is. So, user info role. So login role learner, login role learner. This looks like a real one. Where it's actually attempting to go to auth0. And this looks like the fake one? Maybe yes, maybe no. Actually that doesn't look like, well, it's consistent, but the username would be consistent if it was actually going there. Let's actually check this. So also interesting, so login role learner, this doesn't finish loading this. I mean, it's true, I am biased. His eyes are cute, so I don't want to, his eyes are closed, so I don't want to pet him right now. Again, one of these days I want to figure out a way to get the camera on the other side so you can look down, since he almost always faces the door. Then you can look at his face more often than his backside. Okay, so this logs part of the object because it's taking too long. Okay, and I want to see what is this supposed to be? So we're trying to grab this user info role here. Where is this from? Okay, user info role. So it's a learner, I believe. So then it's this one. Learner info mock data. Okay, which is just this hand-coded one, which we just hand created. So it is that one. Okay. So I export const this entire object. which makes no sense why it wouldn't work sometimes. Like, why would it not paste in the entire amount? So it's this object here. I don't think we have anything mutating this. We can make this a function. So export function, okay, hold on. Okay, and then I return that. Call that. Used to dislike cats, but your opinion shifted quite a bit, although you didn't want to adopt one because they do jump everywhere. Yes, they do jump everywhere. I do find it hilarious when people are saying, "Oh yeah, just train them not to be on the counters or other things." And yes, you can absolutely train them to not be on the counters while you're there. But I'm fairly certain that Zilby will overnight go wherever he wants. And I'd have to close the door to the place if I want to prevent him from getting there. Okay, so I got another failure. It's got the full objects each time, so that makes sense. It's still sitting here though. And it's still in this route fulfilled timeout. Where I'm getting this JSON user info role. I'm not getting anything like an undefined or something like that. It just is not doing what I want it to do. The real Enrico Palazzo, hello. This ain't Rust. This is TypeScript. I know. I'm sorry. I did my Rust part already, and then I've been trying to test, and testing is in Playwright, which is in TypeScript, and so we've been going back and forth. But right now, I'm on this stubborn problem where this one friggin' test is failing for Safari over and over and over again, and I don't really understand what's going on with this. They're so stubborn. They cats are very stubborn. And it's like, okay, why is this like a problem here? So I'm doing this route fulfill and it's timing out, and is it timing out because it doesn't get to this at all? Or is it timing out because this doesn't? That's the other thing that I'm not completely sure about. Well, okay. These lines run, right? Log and roll, user info role. So if we take a look at that, we see log and roll, user info role, user info role. So we have both of those. So we know that these two lines are running. So then route fulfill must be timing out. And I'm attempting to, okay, so let's maybe go take a look at. I mean, this doesn't even show using an await on this. So we have status, content type, body. But then I know I can use JSON on that too. Yeah, JSON. Which will also set the content type to application JSON. Body is a string or a buffer. Okay. So everything about this is telling me that okay, so we have this route. We're going here. We know it's running because it's getting to this point. It's running these things, and it's claiming that this is timing out. If I just do that, I mean, what if I go back to doing this? And then documentation, page route. This does not need to be an async function. That's the other thing. That doesn't need to be async. Okay. Maybe that caused some weirdness. And then usually after a while, this runs for a few times. Then if I run it again a few more times, it fails. Which then makes you wonder if there's like a weird caching problem. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Timed out here. Like I can consistently make it not work. But that's not really helping me understand what's going on with this. We have a console log here this time. Error sending request to GraphQL type error load failed here. So this fulfill. I don't. So this is okay. Let's change that one to not be an async await. Is the intercept GraphQL. Okay, so here's our route. Let's change that. Won't do any awaits anymore. So if we think about this, if that I'm doing this route, do you return a promise? Route returns a promise. Okay. Now this is timing out here, like much earlier in the process. So in login, await page to go to, wait until network idle, just times out. It's timing out because it's waiting until network idle, isn't it? What if I don't wait until network idle? What if I do that? Then we go to add cookies. So we go to slash, we set up the route. We add cookies, and then we go to destination, wait until idle. So I don't think it's that. Route fulfill. Okay, so we have that same problem here. Sorry, that was my phone, I think. Put that in silent mode. Okay. What are you saying about route? I don't think I have any service workers running. So await page.route. Yeah, so it's awaiting page.route. So that part is fine. Am I somehow creating multiple route? Do I have to like close these and like delete them after I'm done? Zavvy boy, hello. Is Playwright like Postman? Not exactly. Playwright is more like Selenium or what's the other one that I Sentry? No, Sentry is the error handling one. Oh man, I just suddenly like blanked out on the name for it. It's a browser controlling testing tool. So I wouldn't say it's like Postman, but that's not how I use Postman anyways. Can I try your web app for a sub? No. I don't feel the need to be bribed or paid for that kind of thing. So, yeah, no. Let's see. I mean, manually dropping them. Wait, what am I dropping? I know, I forgot context of everything. I was trying to think of the 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 tool that I was using. Oh, handlers. Okay, yeah. So this route, am I creating multiple route handlers? That's the question. Is like, I'm wondering, am I creating multiple route handlers? Do I need to drop them in some way? Like to create to delete this route. I'm doing it off of the page. Oh, you know what? I might be. So this is in cannot load the course articles. So let's go to end-to-end course articles. I am doing a before each for this intercept, but I wonder if I want to do this as a before all. So just run once instead of run every time. And then same thing here. Do this as a before each. No, sorry, before all. And then same thing here. So it wouldn't necessarily be cloning, but I might be creating multiple versions of them. So if I run all these together, oh, it did not like that. Okay, so usually when it happens, there's an error, like a syntax error. Context and page fixtures are not supported in before all since they are created on a per test basis. If you would like to reuse a single page between tests, create context manually with browser new context. Oh, interesting. So that maybe, okay. So I want to run this login. So like if I delete you, throw you in here and in here. I hear Sylvie snoring slightly. Not a loud snore. Just a little soft snore. So he's like really sleeping. Oh, and before all won't work either here. So I might want to throw you in like this for every test. But okay, so let's select everything. Let's search for test. That quote. Throw you in there. Okay, so this is just for this course article. Yeah, this is just in course articles. Let's rerun all of these and see if you're happy now. Did I break them all? I broke every test. That's lovely. Red everywhere. I know. Exactly. Okay, so await page dot go to this. Okay, this is the login function. The login function is now showing. Okay, so the login function, I'm trying to go to. Why is that showing like a fail here? So you timed out. I have this page being passed in. What? What? Why are you timing out? And that's consistent now. Okay, great. This used to have the additional stuff that you deleted. This is the utils file. And so I was... The free until something, yeah. So this is the course articles page that I deleted a bunch of stuff on. And then I moved it. So I have Intercept GraphQL here and I have login here. And we're specifically running author, add an article to a course. So author, add an article to a course. Intercept, pass in the page here. I have an async page, so I have you. I have the test describe. Then I have a login, role, page, and then go here. Now with you, oh, you cannot be used as an index type. Why? Because you're a promise string? Oh. Oh. Hold on. Do I have to like await you like this? No, it's the other way around. Okay, so okay, so I wonder if that had anything to do with it. One change, rerun. Oh, when it completely fails, I have a syntax error somewhere. Error. Okay. Unexpected reserved word await. Wait. I mean, I want to use it as the reserved word await. Okay, so header value returns a prompt. Okay, so fine. I will do this as a multiple thing. So we'll say let roll equals that. If not role. So if you're null, role equals become public. Oh, because this isn't, I have to, I forgot, I removed the async from that. That would do it, maybe. Okay. Okay, let's rerun all of these tests now. WebKit again. Well, I got green across the board for everything except WebKit, of course. And then you are not having the same problem. Okay. What are you upset about? Fetch API cannot load that due to access control checks. What? Are you... Is that essentially cores? Okay, so hold on. Do we get to see it try to do the thing? Not really. So it attempted to load to this. Oh, interesting. So it's WebKit has maybe a little bit extra cores thing on it. Now I'm attempting to, okay, so cannot see the course articles link. So cannot see the course articles link for visitor, which is up here. I intercept GraphQL first, and then I try to do a login. So we come to here, we have our promise void, so await page.route, which then we have an async function in here. So that way I can grab the request information out. You're not async wait. No, okay. You're just a request, okay. The role we get as a string or null using await. We set that to either what it is or public. And then we fulfill returns a promise. I guess I could do a, no, await. I think none of the documentation shows needing a wait on a fulfill, but okay, whatever. We'll do it. Oh, okay. Oh, what's different about you? Okay, so you timed out. in utils, okay, so maybe we'll do the same thing there. We'll do an async await at that point. So in utils, this was line 30. This one. So we have to async you, await you. I do an early return because we're done with you. And then I'm done with you. Of course, it's WebKit. I know. WebKit, so like Safari is a better browser than what was it? It was Internet Explorer was during the time when it was like everybody was complaining about Internet Explorer like not doing things correctly. That being said, they're totally following that same like, well, does it work on WebKit? Okay, so await route fulfill this to happen. So this one timed out. Firefox for the win. I know. I like Firefox. On my various computers, I usually install all three Firefoxes. So Firefox Dev Edition, and Firefox Nightly, and then I use them all for like different purposes. So I don't know if it's like strange. I don't like having multiple windows of the same browser open. I prefer seeing just like one window per browser. And then if I want multiple windows to like sort of separate out, I'll just do different browsers for that. And that I found like having all three of those open can be really helpful. Like, okay, I just have different purposes for each browser. It's nice. Okay, so user info role is working because we got it before here. Pika, hello. How are you doing today? It's not weird, but surprising. It's I think at some point I just got tired of like the operating system opening the wrong window for me than I want, and that just throws me off. So therefore I just make it that it never has that issue. It's also the reason why I don't use multiple desktops. It's like it just keeps on. It's not good enough, and so then I just give up on it because like it's too frustrating for me in the long term. Like it's great for a little bit of time, and then usually it's something about me forgetting what's going on, and I don't remember what browser I'm in or what desktop I'm in, and then it just sort of slides down here from there. macOS is a pain with all. Do that. So like I can do command tab to tab through, which you can't see because it's on the other window, and then command tilde to go through windows of the same type. But if it's in a different monitor and display, the rules just ever so slightly change. Windows surprisingly had decent window management. I forget the keyboard commands. So like I'm using sometimes all three operating systems on like various databases, and I don't bother customizing the keyboard commands for everything. So like I'm constantly forgetting, okay, how do I, like on Windows, I my mic my mic is too high again. What's going on? I'm constantly forgetting to to go and how do I create a new display again? And like the one time I did that by accident once. I accidentally hit like the keyboard command, or maybe Zilby walked over the keyboard and switched displays. And I was like, well, I don't remember how to get out of this. I guess I'm Googling that. So I use a tiling manager. I'm using Rectangle for this. Is it Rectangle now? Yeah, it's Rectangle. I'm using Rectangle for this. And then that allows me to do things like um, control option slash, alt, like left, right, just like switch around, full screen, that kind of stuff. I really, really, really don't like this full screen, which is like actual full screen. I don't ever use that. Use rectangle in the past. Your experience was awful. I'm sorry about that. What's your tiling manager of choice? Uh-oh, the audio is scratchy. Is it music audio or my voice audio? If it's my voice audio, I know exactly what that is. Voice. Okay. I'm going to unplug my mic and try that. We've been having trouble recently where partway into the stream, my voice just starts sounding weird, but I don't hear it. And I need to unplug and plug it back in, which I don't have. I need to buy another cable, and I need to remind myself to buy another cable when I'm back upstairs where I can actually do something about that. And yeah, that sucks. Okay, better, good. It's like Toggle's Chair of Doom. Oh, really? I don't think I've ever been on the stream when I've seen that. Okay, this stupid WebKit. WebKit, why are you doing this to me? Why do you hate? Like, clearly WebKit hates me. That's the only explanation here. So this is timing out. So route fulfill is timing out. Now this is route fulfill JSON nothing. What if I for that one do like what are my other choices here? So I have route, so I can abort, continue, fallback, fetch, fulfill. I can abort it. Oh, he blames the chair for the death of the key, the Ferris sweep. Okay. Yeah, I can do that. We'll just blame Safari for all of our problems. Clearly it can't be my code. It has to be Safari. Even if we're using Windows for something, we'll just blame Safari for it anyways. Oh, so that times out too. I mean, what if I don't do any of these? What if I just return? Okay, so that I guess kind of worked. Okay, so we go to course articles, this, and this is as a visitor, so not logged in. That looks like it also didn't load any of the assets. Okay, that time it loaded the assets. Not to match that, but it still was on course articles. Okay. Did I actually break this though? Let's see. If I go to no, okay. So that's working as normal. Let's try Indeed. Like the few times I use a new window. All right. Safari. Let's go to localhost 8082. Course articles, like article 8. This indeed takes me back here correctly. So it's working as expected. So is it this one? Is Playwright WebKit not the same as the WebKit I'm using? I guess I could here. Let's try taking off the wait until. So that's course articles. Okay, so course article spec cannot load the course articles page for visitors. So course articles cannot load the course articles page for a visitor. So if I do that, how about you? No, okay. So go to this is this is what I get. Blank everything and then that. That's lovely. And you're showing access control checks. Okay, so let's Google some of this. So let's do Playwright, WebKit, what is it? Cannot or just like route API due to access control checks. Defaults to failed could be one of the following aborted. So aborted doesn't work. I don't think I aborted that. Wolf First Dad, hello. How are you doing today? Well, so I mean, this is not Playwright related, but it is just a Safari thing. Sorry, Zilby. Didn't mean to wake you up. In the WebKit source code, any network request that fails synchronously is assumed to be an access control error. The fetch was being immediately canceled because there was a pending navigation on the page that initiated it. It was already in a process of unloading. In Safari, it seems this will prevent any new requests from that page from being started. And they're logged with this access control error. wait a second. So intercept this, log and go to this, and then I go here. Do I need to do, okay, let's try just like page dot wait for load state, network idle. What if I manually do a wait there? You're back from work, you got some fried chicken, living life. Well, that sounds good. It's waiting for load state and just sitting here forever because something is not loading. Something is not fulfilling. Because when I do log and roll none, I mean, I wonder if I shouldn't even set this route here. I wonder if I should say, okay, so if let's try this. I do notice with sometimes with Helix, I miss like when I'm on one of the different brackets or something. I'm like, am I on the left one or the right one? And I know it's the gray one, but I keep on forgetting that. Okay, so let's try wait until network idle there. And then let's also check. So let's do if. So if roll is equal to roll dot none. So if you're the same, then I want to do an early return and we're done. Right? Or rather, I only want to set this route if it's going to be one of these other ones. So maybe I do this elsewhere. So go to slash, wait until the network is idle. If the roll is not none, Polex, hello. You just open sourced your 8-month-old project. Congratulations. Does it is it getting traction? Sure, yeah. Let's take a look at it. So I'm sure anything can be better than anything can be better than the woes we have with Safari. All right, so this is Bespoke Surf. Open source personalized marketing platform. Okay, so combining MailChimp, Cowboy. I think you've mentioned this project before, right? I think you've told us this, right? Very like nice and professional looking. I like it. Gather information about the customer and do personalized content recommendations. We gather customer data through various means, including APIs and behavioral intent surveys, integrations. So this is all open source of what you can do. Oh, interesting. Oh, and then you've got a self-hosted for so you can monetize it. Good, good. Nice. All right. I I might I might be interested in playing around with it. Is that I don't think I've seen that before. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. So you can basically say whether or not you're going to be using whichever license you're using with an environment variable. Oh, that's interesting. You'll be violating our business source license if you have the environment variable open source equals false. It's the hardest part about any of these systems is that like how do we enforce that? Um, okay. So sending rate, okay, we could set that with a variable. That looks good. Yeah. I mean, so far, like, okay, just from looking at the README, I like it. I need to I would need to actually play around with this and try it. So I'm gonna add. Oh, I'm not signed in. Okay, so what do I want to do? Let's do this. I have notes? I don't have any cloud notes here, so that's not going to help me. Do I have Notion installed? But I'm not logged in. Okay, that's also not going to help. Okay, fine. I'm going to do it the good old fashioned way. Also check the API docs. Okay, where is the API docs? API reference. Nice. Okay, so you're following this pattern. This is a pretty typical pattern we see in a lot of API docs these days. What are you using for this, by the way? Anyways. Oh, README right there. Literally right there. Okay. So introduction looks pretty good. I like that you're using Open API behind the scenes. This looks like a really good, like well thought out, fleshed out project. Oh, and you've got rate limiting too. That's good. Very nice with the try it out. I guess this is what's nice about using something like README, right? Otherwise, the Rust book would be pretty good too, as a choice for documentation. You have a lot of code examples. Do you have data, or do you have a way to like track what languages are being used? Oh, those are just generated by README. Oh, okay. So these aren't actually, you didn't set all these up. Okay, got it. Well, that's cool. I haven't really done anything to like create a mailing list. It's something that I want to do eventually. Like it's something that I want to do. So this could be a really good choice here. So I want to. Okay, I'll just see if I can add it to my phone here. New. We'll do bespoke API. If I just search for that again later, I'm gonna find it, right? It's not like there's another bespoke that I need to worry about. Bespoke API for marketing and and mailing list management. Oh, sorry about that, Polix. Oh, it's because it's a different leak. Okay, so um, here's the newsletter website. Oh, dark mode. Dark Reader is not. Oh, weird. It wasn't happy with that for. I had to turn on and off again. But nice. Okay. I don't want to fill this out right now on stream, but this is all looking really good. This is a big congratulations moment for that. And open source tools for these type of things, we need more of those. And self-hosted too. That's huge. Are you getting good feedback on it, or is it too early to tell? Uh, posted to Y Combinator. Um, sorry about that. It's I haven't been to Y Combinator in forever, so you don't show anything I don't want to see, right? I don't think so. I generally don't like. I stopped looking at Reddit. I stopped looking at this. There's so much. Oh, it's only 10 minutes ago. Okay, so 10 minutes ago is not long enough to get any good feedback data on it. Like 3 points. So three people have commented on it. Here, I'll go ahead and reshare this out. I'll reshare all these links that you shared since it uh that Nightbot decided that those links were dangerous. So that first was News Combinator, then the mailing list. That one is that. Let's see, what's the other thing? Oh, I wanted to go the actual just project itself. Okay, those are all interesting and good. And feel free to also share on my Discord too if you want to jump on there. Okay, so you're sitting here frozen waiting for something to happen. Okay, so is this multiple things happen? Was he banned? How long were you banned for? Uh I don't want him to be I don't want Pollux to be banned. Can I oh, timeout. Oh, 10 minutes timeout. How do I undo the timeout? No, timeout. So you got timeout. No. I untimeout. There. So hold on. Sorry, Pollux. Pollux, I added you as a VIP. You can now share links. And Nightbot will ignore you. I know. I do it after you've shared all the links and got banned. So like you yeah, it's like definitely just like shoving that barn door closed after all the horses have left and like way gone out of the pasture. But this is clearly the thing that I should be working on now. Okay, so you're waiting for a network idol. That's not because there is no network idol thing anymore here. So at that specific point. So okay, so go to this, wait for network idol. If the role is none, okay, if the role is not none, then I want to do all of this stuff, right? I want to log in. And we'll throw this in here, right? Okay, so if the role is not none, go ahead and do this. And then we're going to go to destination. And then I guess we can wait until network idle back again here. Go back to you. And let's remove that. And we need this wait until here too, probably. Um, can you? Oh, also, Fox, did you know you sent me a? Yeah, you sent me a whisper about like, hey, I got timed out. I totally didn't see it. Ark, you can you? Well, oh, it's like a link to Lemmy World. I don't know where that is. Can you whisper it to me, and then I'll put it in. Okay, that failed. I don't see any major console logs. Expect page URL to not match this. So go to course articles 1. So go to course articles 1. Request header value. Oh, yeah. Okay. So this is as a visitor, though. This is part of Intercept GraphQL. Okay, so I got that. If not roll, roll equals rolled up. Okay, so we do that. It's a single line if statement. So what is Lemmy World? I don't think I've heard of that before. Oh, is it like a Reddit replacement now? That's what it looks like. Oh, it's an alternative to Reddit but federated. Okay. I will have to go. I'll have to take a look at that. Are there applications for it or is it just web? And you can have access to it through Mastodon and Kbin. Okay, so I haven't really looked at Mastodon or Lemmy World. Well, clearly not Lemmy World if I'm asking what it is. But I haven't looked at any of those replacement tools. I just stopped using uh, Twitter as often because it kept on. Well, I mean, I was using it. I've not been really using social media for a long time now. It just keeps on like trying to suck me into it and doesn't make me feel good. So I just stopped using it. Devs who made Reddit apps have started making apps for Lemmy. Nice. Okay, so let me take a look at Lemmy. Not Lenny, Lemmy for Reddit replacement. Okay. Now you okay? Back to you. So you're not matching. So expected to not be on course articles. We went to course articles 1 here. Do I need to just wait longer than than that? So this is course articles line 55. So course articles line 55. Okay, so what if I just do page dot wait for timeout? Like here, let's do something really long, like a 1 second, a full second. We wait. See how that works. You're based on Mandor XYZ. It's a science focused instance. Oh, so this is reminding me a lot of the old days when we did IRC, and then you have to choose like a server, and then you have all the IRC everything's, and then there's the mailing list that weren't IRC based, but there's other mailing lists too. It's like reminding me a lot of that. Also, the fact that that worked. Okay, see if this works consistently. Camp House, hello. How are you doing today? Oh, it worked. It worked. Okay. Did we finally figure out how to get this to work? Okay, so let's not do a full second. Let's change this to I wonder if I can like get away with something really fast, like 25 milliseconds. And if I take this and we're gonna come down and kind of load the course circles page, let's put that here also. And then this entire section here might be able to run now. Let's see if I can readjust this without waking up Billy. So you can see more of his head. Okay. Are we finally getting it? Okay, let's run them all again. Okay, so this is a Firefox problem. You can't blame WebKit when it's a Firefox problem. So, oh, but it's an accessibility scan result. Oh, interesting. Courses. Okay, so on the courses page as a learner should not have any violations. Is Jest one for one compared to Playwright? No. I would say if you wanted to do a one-to-one comparison, it'd probably be more fair to compare Cypress to Playwright. So Jest, I think, can run. Jest can do like a bunch of stuff, but like I don't think Jest can do like this GUI thing. It can do a lot, but not this specifically. Does that make sense? Okay, so what ensures the document has a main landmark? So I go to okay, so if the role is none, we go there. We're as a learner, so we're logging in, so we await login. We go to this path. Maybe before we analyze, we should pause and let everything do its thing. So let's end to end accessibility. Yeah, so it's a lot more like Cypress than I would say for Jest. Think of like Jest is like the test runner. So like to me, Jest really replaces the old what were we all using for like the longest time for test running? It was Chai and M something? I don't remember anymore. I can go look at like old projects and I probably have like all the tests set up for that. But that's what Jest replaces for me. Is like just the test runner Mocha. It was Mocha and Chai. That's what Jest replaces to me. Um, and then also Jest can work really well with front end tools like Vue and React and Angular and sort of like do that in here. And why I prefer this over Cypress, a couple reasons. First of all, it seems to come with an accessibility tester out of the box. I don't need to configure one with a plugin. That's really nice. Another thing is the entire philosophy of the testing is different. So instead of saying like, "Hey, test everything in the page," really want to test it from the user's point of view. So you're only testing actions and you're just letting everything else go. So I don't and then the rest of it, I don't have to have like test IDs everywhere like you do what you end up doing with Cypress. It's more like, okay, grab things with the appropriate labels. So you'll see me write a lot of like, okay, get page get by role input or a label as and that's simulating okay, user is going to come to the page, they're going to look for this label, they're going to see it, and they're going to go into and then type into the thing. That's I'm now testing the way theoretically that a user is going to use it. So to me, that's better. I like that a lot for it. And then just by default, I get all three browsers, even if I complain about WebKit not working for it sometimes. it does let me know like, ooh, there's actually probably like issues that I need to know about. So I have to learn more about how the browsers work. So fun things. Um, Bob Ross, hello. Bob Ross RTX, hello. How are you doing today? Okay, so here's my accessibility test. We go here. Before we do this, let's do an await page dot wait for timeout. Let's just wait for like 50 milliseconds. And then we can ask it to analyze the page and see if that makes it any better. So another thing that's really nice about this over Cypress, uh, I I can actually like choose to rerun tests a lot easier over here in this area, and then I can also it just feel to me it feels nicer. Like okay, I can actually go and look at the source code. I can look at the various console and logs. I could even look at the what's happening in the command line uh, behind the scenes, so I can see both the CLI version of it running or the GUI of it running, depending upon how it works. Like to me, it feels a little bit nicer in that way. Okay, I saw that at least one of these had failed in here. Two of them have failed. Also, TypeScript by default. I mean, obviously you can choose JavaScript too as the language of choice for Playwright, but TypeScript as default, that's nice. And let's see. Then the next thing is with what was it? It was TypeScript is default. Oh, so this is something that is a little bit weird. Cypress isn't really JavaScript. It looks like JavaScript. It acts mostly like JavaScript, but there's just some things that are a little bit weird every once in a while. And when those things happen, you realize that you're working with a JavaScript like language with Cypress as opposed to actual JavaScript. And that's when if you're teaching, it gets weird. This is actually just TypeScript. It really is TypeScript. That's nice too. It's like, but that's the thing is like they tell you it is, or that you can program JavaScript, and like 99% of the time you're going to be fine. But then every once in a while you're going to run into something, and it's like, ooh, this sucks. Uh, and then you have to explain to someone, yeah, it's like it's weird in this other way. So for like a senior developer, for anybody who's like professionally developed for any amount of time, you're not gonna have a problem because hey, a new language to learn, a new thing to learn is not gonna be that big of a deal. If you're teaching somebody for the first time and it's like they're in a course that's like learning programming, and then you're also teaching them this like Cypress and Playwright, that connection really isn't there yet, and that's a lot harder to explain. You saw a bunch of Playwright tests and Solid.js repos. Never saw somebody use it before. Yeah, I started using it after my mentor suggested it to me, and it's like, okay, I'm seeing this. I'm liking it. Do I think I can help you have a little understanding over something in Rust? I can do my best. Yeah. Ask away, and we'll see what we can do. Okay, so this is, and then in the meantime, I'll continue with this. Let's see, page dot Okay, so this timed out. Get by label. Look, it's all blank. So it's probably the same thing. The problem you're struggling with to understand is when I do a stream write all, hello is bytes. How come I can no longer use the question mark, and what's the alternative? Okay, so stream write all. That is lucky that that did not see that as a URL. That's good. I'm sorry about that. I would have been sorry about that. Luckily, that flew under the radar. So stream read all. Where is that? Could you is there a documentation for that? Like, is this can we go take a look at the write all method in documentation? Or better yet, can you create a let me see, a Rust play? So play Rust playground right here. Can you create a playground in Rust, recreating the problem? Post that in here. I believe that link. I believe playground links are allowed. Then we'll take a look at it and see what we can figure it out. Okay, stream is type TCP stream. Okay, so you're running with a TCP stream. So if you do that, then I think we'll be able to show you what arc means by handle the result instead. I have an idea of what it's going to be, but I want to see that before I make too much of an assumption. You think that anything that is a dot in a sentence is considered a link? Hello.ts. You're playing with fire there, and okay, you I don't know why Nightbot decided you're okay with that. But okay, Nightbot decided that that's okay. All right. Okay, we're waiting for timeout there. That's working. I bet it's going to be the same thing for all this stuff. Where's this thing? No, not there. There. No. Come on. Keep on selecting to the wrong thing. All right, so this is create account spec. Okay, so let's go to create account spec. Create account. No. End to end. Create account spec. Can create accounts. Can create an account for Firefox, and specifically, it's on line 27. Okay, we have a play. Okay, so you have your test. Yeah, I don't think it saved your changes. Wait, did you get something different? Did you get... Let me try this again. So if I copy the link, I throw this in here. Huh, that's what I get. Okay. Copy link. There we go. Okay, this looks better. Okay, so which line number is our problem? Is it this one? Write all? Line 16. Well, essentially this one, right? Because of the question mark. Yeah. So this is exactly what Arc is saying here. So um, question mark is essentially syntactic sugar for taking an error result that's happening and saying, hey, you have this problem, you have this error, let's go ahead and like send it on up to like whoever called this function as a result. But this function here doesn't return anything, so therefore this doesn't know what to do. So think of this. If we were to rewrite this line, this line is the equivalent of match stream write all server. I should have just copied and pasted message like that. And then we're going to say, okay, if this isn't okay, well, we're not going to do anything with it whatsoever. And so this is just going to be a no operation. But if it's an error, we're going to take the error and we're going to return an error. Like that's kind of what's happening here is we're just going to return out, just do a return here and return this error. There's a problem though. This doesn't return. Oh, sorry. This doesn't return. So we need to return something. Otherwise, this obviously is going to fail. So we want to now return this to be a result. Now, if you don't care about it returning anything, you have to do that. And then whatever type of error this is, now you have your choices. Like I use error a lot. You can use this error. There's so many different things, or you could just even do like something impulse error. And I think that would be a little bit better. Can I try to have this compile without running? I don't know if it's gonna. Can I find trait error? Oh, do I need to pull it in? Use standard. Where's error from? Use string as error because you handle logging at the root. Yeah, I've used string as error before. Every once in a while, I use error a lot. Can I pull in error? I don't know if they let me. Tools? No. Config? It'd be so cool if I could pull in something. But okay, standard error. So I need to use standard error. Okay, how about that? Expected enum results. So main line 6. Oh, now I'm not returning the thing at the end. So now at the end here, we have to return, okay, like that. And so now this compiles now. So if we were to go back and undo this again, and I just take this off, comment you out, bring you back, comment you out. When we try to run this, this tells us cannot use the question mark operator in a function that returns this. And it's like you can actually, like, every time you see that, it's trying to tell you, well, here, right here, this function should return result or option to accept this question mark. So that's what's happening. Does that make sense, Bob? Okay. I am going to reshare this. Link. Copy. Did I? Okay, I need a result. Something that impulls an error. So it can be any type of error. Then what you'll need to do is whoever calls handle client needs to handle this. And either that's going to be like a match on that, or it's going to be like a question mark on it too. The section about the question mark in the book is so unclear. There's a lot of things that I think are end up being fairly unclear, unfortunately. All right, so here's with the changes that I made to it. Hopefully that helps. If you have any other questions though, please let us know. We'll do our best to explain it. Yeah, absolutely. Glad we could help. It's those are the types of things where once you sort of like internalized it and really like understand it, it just sort of like comes to you and you understand what it is. But before then, there's so many things you have to be going on. It just gets overwhelming and it's easy to forget. I think my lights are too bright for Zilby. He's covering his eyes now. Okay, so where was I? What was I doing? Okay, so here get by label. So this is line 27 here. So okay, get by label that. So I think okay, so I'm getting a route here. I'm doing all that stuff. I think what I need to do is wait. So what if I do await page dot wait for timeout and we just wait for like 25 milliseconds. Maybe. Okay. So that's you. Tags. And this might be the same thing here. Okay. So we go to tags and then we need to wait just a tiny, tiny bit. So this is the tag spec and tag spec line 21. Page dot wait for timeout. Let's just say like 25 milliseconds. Okay, that's happy. And then learners. So this is tags. Learners cannot load the tags page. It's a WebKit problem again. Route fulfill. Okay, so it's part of the learner thing. I think. Let's see. I'm not getting the console log for the problem, so it might just be literally another timeout issue. As in, we need to wait. So, web. So this is cannot load the tags page. So learners cannot load the tags page. So go to tags. Oh, and this is a learner before each login. Okay, so let's try. Okay, so don't need you. We're gonna go to you, and then maybe we await. Wait, page dot. Wait for timeout. Wait for 25 milliseconds. Okay, so how about you? Are you better now? Okay, that's everything. Let's rerun all the tests and see if it's happy now. I know, suspense. The tests are taking long enough that like maybe sometime we can do bets on them. So far I think it's good. We haven't seen any red yet. Wait a second. No, we see a red here. Course articles, learners cannot load the course articles page. That might be the same issue. Coding Garden rating with a party of 45. Welcome, 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 Coding Garden and CJ. How are you doing today? How was your stream? And what were you working on? Andrew Lane, hello. I know, CJ, you never get to raid me. I guess I'm not doing too much like web stuff that's not Rust. Oh, you're doing a hike. Nice. Well, I saw the other day that you were you tweeted out or something. I got a notification that you were tweeting that you're gonna take like questions and camping or something. Oh, you got to run. Okay, well, thank you again for the raid. Have a great rest of your hike or wherever you are, and have a great rest of your Fourth of July. Oh, he's still hiking. Doesn't have much signal. Well, that obviously that obviously is a problem. So have a great rest of your hike, uh, and have a great day. Andrew, hello. How are you doing today? And then obviously, hello Raiders, how are you all doing? We are working on testing a web application. We built the entire application in Rust, but we're testing it using Playwright. So Playwright is a pretty popular. It's not quite as popular as Cypress yet, but I believe it's going to get there and surpass it eventually. And it's basically very like feels very similar in a Cypress sort of way. And we program it using TypeScript. Um, Pollux, where should you post about bespoke in Discord? Yeah, general's fine for that. I don't. We don't really have like enough people in there to like warrant multiple channels. So I generally am feeling like, let's just go ahead and do that. So, anyways, I do a lot of Rust on this channel, but because we do a lot of web stuff, we do a lot of testing on here too. So we go back and forth. If any of you are interested in the web, I can. The Rust part. I can show you what that looks like. Thank you, Pollux. I'll thumbs that up after stream. So right now we're going through and we're trying to fix all of our tests because we're just getting weird little timeout issues on these all the time. And then this is my cat Zilby. Zilby hangs out with us every once in a while on stream. Right now he's tired and sleepy. Okay, so cannot load the course articles page. Firefox, it's waiting for this. I bet it's another timeout issue. I mean, it's literally timeout on this, but I think it lies to us. I think it does this, but the timeout happens after it happens. Hard is the life of a cat. Super hard. He has to like come down here and hang out with me in bright area, and I yell in his ear. Okay, so so this is course articles, which I'm not in course articles. Let's go to end-to-end course articles. I want to go to learners. Cannot load the course articles page. Cannot load the course articles page as a learner. And then it's, ooh, look at that. So I am waiting for a timeout. Oh, but maybe this is, maybe like two pages go-tos in a row is not great. So I moved the login to over here. So what if we just go straight to here? Might as well delete this one first. Order of operations. So let's grab you, put you in there, get rid of you. We'll wait for the timeout. I could wait longer. We can wait 100 milliseconds, let's say. And we'll go with this. All right, pass test. And then last test is in tags. Firefox also. Okay, so this tag spec. That's the actual thing. Tag spec. Can navigate to tags. Can navigate to tags as Firefox. Okay. So okay, so we can navigate to the tags. So expect get role links is visible to be true. And right now it's false, but possibly because we have to wait a little bit. So let's do a wait page dot wait for timeout 50 milliseconds. Okay. We have green all throughout. Let's try this again. While we're waiting, I guess we can describe like what the project is. I probably should have done that. It's going to be an LMS, a learning management system. So I'm taking some inspiration from CJ's React Roots course that he did. I'm going to do one for Axum, which is a backend framework in Rust. So think if you're not familiar with that, think of like it's like Express, but in a different language. So I'm thinking about running through like a course simple like that. I'm creating an LMS for it that will have like the lesson articles, some videos in there, and assessments for the people who then choose to do that to work on. And we're working on like testing for this entire LMS because I want to make sure it actually works before I suggest that people pay for actually doing this. And with shitty middleware management. Oh, are you talking about the Axum? Axum having shitty middleware management or Express having shitty middleware management? Axum, yeah. It's it's not as set up, but like I'm I'm assuming that because well, there goes Zilby. I'm assuming that because Axum is still sort of like in this early phase of development from the Tokyo team. I'm thinking that they're maybe gonna revisit it and like make things a little bit nicer. Hopefully, we'll see. It's like it it's it works is probably what I would say is like the political statement for it. It works. WebKit. They probably will, but they try to make it compatible with Tower and other crates. I know. I looking at Express with Node.js, like Express it's middleware. You can write your own custom ones, or you can use any Connect based middleware, which is like to me that's like very similar to this idea of you can write middleware for Axum or you can write middleware for Tower and it will just work with Axum. Uh, I think that it's like a very similar situation where Rust does make it a little bit harder to deal with. The docs are horrible. Absolutely true. I think actually like one of the reasons why I think that a course is helpful and like would be in demand for it is one of the reasons is the documentation isn't quite as good. And I am not great at writing documentation. I'm much better at like writing courses than documentation and teaching. So that is my contribution to it. All right. So you waiting to expect visible to be true. You didn't load yet. So I don't have any console logs. So expect to be. So this is course details spec. End to end. Course details spec, line 25. So get by that and make sure it's true. So then maybe I have to await page dot. Wait for timeout. Just a little bit of a wait first. Ice Cream Tango, hello. How are you doing? Is that what a QA tester usually does? It depends. So some companies choose to utilize QA testers in a very manual way where it's like it's not this. It's like they would be just like manually clicking through the web application with a checklist like, going like, okay, does that work? Does that work? Does that work? I think that that's a horrible waste of time and is degrading, and I don't think that's a good idea. I think there's certain tests that are good as manual tests, but I don't think we need to. Now, a QA tester in my mind would be somebody who works with the development team to help them write these automated tests, choose which automated test to work on, and then also on their sort of like in between time, they would work on the entire automation framework together to make it useful and helpful for the dev teams. So that's to me what a QA engineer would do. But I'm well aware that what I would have a QA engineer do is not the same thing as a QA in other companies. Does that answer your question? Cannot load. Okay, so this is course articles. End to end. Course articles. Cannot load the course articles page for a visitor. Not Load the course articles page for a visitor. The timeout maybe is too slow. Should I just set this to be 100? I mean, it runs in parallel. So the 100 milliseconds isn't as painful as if this was running just like one at a time, which is what I believe is going to happen in CI/CD. So that's painful there. But here it looks like I get like, actually I don't know. Maybe I set this to not be parallel. No, it's definitely parallel. It's running in multiple. Absolutely. Thank you for asking, Ice Cream, and yeah, be happy to answer any of the like sort of dev related questions. Are you thinking of going into QA testing? Nope. Okay, not in the meantime. All right, got it. I know that there's a lot of people that go into QA in an attempt to be able to go into dev afterwards. Ooh, oh, wait, not done yet. Okay, so we're not done yet. We're close. Still running. 100% pass rate. Okay, perfect. I am committing that code. So this is all tests are passing when I run everything. Okay, so um that was okay, so tags was the most recent test that we were working on. End to end tag specs. We did authors can create a tag, and okay, so that does this thing. So if I log in, I can create a tag here, and then oh, that's pretty much it for this page. And so that's tags added in. Let's also add this into end-to-end accessibility tests. So we have courses here. Okay, so then tags are next. So I want path tags. Role, it's gonna be role dot author. And so this should hopefully just work. Yeah, okay, excellent. If I rerun it all, they should be fine. While those are running, let's git commit this. I know, seeing test pass is a great feeling, especially after seeing them not pass for a long time. Okay, so we are running accessibility tests for tags page. Oh, oops. Okay, so you're going there. The next up is going to be this, create the course. So we want to create a course page, and then we're going to have create article page. So create course is going to be next. I do not have Oh, I made some changes. LT. Do I have LT2? I do not have that. Okay, let's update that. The helix. Oh, it wouldn't be this file down here. Dot files. So I think I mentioned a few streams ago that I started playing around with Exa, which Stacking found for us. So Exa is a replacement for LS. It's written in Rust, and it gives nice little icons. You do have to have nerd fonts installed for it to work, but besides that, it's fairly similar. But there's some nice little things that you can do with it. So, for example, uh, here I am in this file. If I just do right now, like LL is the equivalent of me just doing exa dash L. I've created some aliases for these. It gives me these. Now I don't get any of the icons. I have to do exa dash L icons to see those. But I can do exa dash L dash tree dash icons, and it gives me a tree view where I can see inside of subdirectories like that. And that's really cool. However, if I were to come to L, like, this entire thing, and I run the tree, which I have an alias for that, is LT, it takes a little bit of time, and then is just completely worthless because there's so many things. Like, it's here's all my builds in here in Target. It's like, okay, a bunch of binary output files. I don't yeah, not helpful in the least. But I learned that we can make a change to it. So let's update our .shrc. I'm going to add a new, oh, here it is, LT2. This is what I want. So LT2, which is an exa, icons, show everything in tree mode, but only go down 2 levels. That's what I want. So, oh, you know what? Okay, I'm in the wrong thing. I need to go to my own. That's what it is. It's alias LT2 equals exa LA icons tree level equals 2. I could go to like level 3 too, and just search for 2 replace, no, search for 2 replace 3. Okay, do that. All right, let's do it. Source. So if I do LT2 now, it just shows me 2 levels deep wherever I am, which if I do resize, I mean, there's still a lot of stuff in here. I'm in, yeah, there's a ton of folders in here, but hey, it's a lot nicer. It's a lot better. I know. I could do cargo clean to get rid of those, but that's besides the point. So, I like Exa so far. It's nice. And then I was able to install it via Homebrew. So if you're on a Mac, brew install Exa is all you need. And if you're on literally anything else, I believe you can find it through apt or Yum or whatever your package installer is of choice. Okay, so we got tags, we got that. Okay, I want to write a failing test for create course that next time we come in here and do this, it yells at me, which means that I know to well, do something about that. So let's go to end-to-end tests. This is create course. I don't have a create course. Let's do new. Okay, so we're going to write end-to-end tests, create course.spec.ts. All right, we're going to import test expect from playwright test. We are going to, I guess we'll just do a test.describe for, we'll start with visitors. So visitor. Test dot, probably not test anymore. So a visitor, so what is this? This is, create a course. So cannot create a course. Oh, so it like cannot see the create course link. Sync. Get the page. Thank you so much, Ark, for hanging out with us. Good luck with hearing back about your job. Hopefully, you get good news about that. And have a great rest of your Tuesday. Okay, so can't see the create course. Okay, and then what I want to do here is I'm just going to throw an error. Throw new error to do. Because I do not have access to a to-do macro in TypeScript. And yes, I know I'm not using the page. So if I come back to here and I run these, this should error out. It doesn't really tell me what it errors out about. It just, well, I can look at this and say, oh, look, the throw new error to do. So this lets me know what we're going to be working on next time. And that's, did you really fail again with all these? Okay, I'm going to rerun them all. I just want to see everything green except the new ones. That's all I want. Let's go ahead and quit all of you. Okay, so this is set up test stub for creating a course. I will go ahead and push all those up. Oh, you know what? We do need another change here. Our element, our YCL has some changes. Git commit so that we are using, so input is using a value passed in again. Push that up. That is this. Okay, so I need to go to the cargo.toml file. So let's see, go to the end, change that to you. Okay, so this is using most recent YCL. And I'll push that up too. Okay. And we're good to go there. And I think that's it. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it here too. We've been streaming for, let's see, what, since 6 till 9, three solid hours. I think that's pretty good today. Let's see. So tomorrow's Wednesday, so it'll be a short stream tomorrow. I'll start around 6 and I go around till 7, maybe like slightly before then. and then I have to bounce because I'm actually go into my day job on Wednesdays. So it's a short stream tomorrow morning. But then Thursday and Friday should be longer streams again, where I get to go for like the full amount of time. So with that, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope to see you all next time. But besides that, have a great rest of your Tuesday. If you're in the States, have a great 4th of July. And bye.